Hello, my fellow YouTubers. This is Roy back again. I was wondering if you guys had a good time on that pulse motor build-off. I know I did. Feels good to be targeted, pointed in on one, honed in on one thing. So I'm gonna figure I'd post this video to show you guys where I'm at on my Tesla coil. Enjoy. So I'm coming out of 110 out of the wall, going into my variac, coming out of my variac to my full wave bridge rectifier. On the positive side, we're coming out of the full wave bridge rectifier, going into the start of the primary of the MOT, coming out of the primary of the MOT, and we were looping all the way around and going into my 5-gallon bucket. It has 12 bottles, equals to about 12 nanofarads. Coming out of the into the top of the 5-gallon buckets, and then it comes back out of the end of that MOT's primary and goes to the top, and that's where I make my adjustments to tune my coil. That's on the positive side. Now the reason I'm even using a MOT, the MOT's not for anything like for power or anything. It's just to level out the field. It's just to level out the wave, because the wave, when you come out of the bridge rectifier out of the wall, it's like the back of a dinosaur's back where it has a lot of humps. So you really need to use some type of coil with an iron core, and that's the only reason I'm using that. And then you also need to use a capacitor to level it all out, and that's how you get the system to work. Nobody tells you that, so I figure I'll tell you guys out there who want to know. So that's on the positive side, okay? So on the negative side, we're coming out of the negative side of the bridge rectifier, and it goes to the negative side of the capacitor bank, and it also goes into the 2N3055. Now it's just running 4 together in series to increase my amplitude, and wow. So I just knocked it down to 1 to see the setup and see if it would still work. It works, but not as strong as using multiple 2N3055s. So we come out of the negative side of the bridge rectifier and we go right into the, this is the emitter side, and that goes to the bridge rectifier. On this pin right here, that's the base, and that goes to the bottom of the secondary of this coil. And then the chassis here is the collector, and that goes to the end of the primary, okay? Now you can see that I have the secondary sitting down in my primary, and what I've noticed is when you lift it up to the bottom, you don't get great results, because the length of the wire of the secondary really matters, not only to the operations of this, but it gives it a better spring effect, and I believe it changes the frequency of because of the length of the wire. I have no top load on here, and for kickers, I got another 5-gallon bucket with 12 bottles, so 12 nanofarads, and I got a receiver coil, a light bulb in there, and the negative side of the capacitance bucket goes to the bottom of this pickup coil receiver, and the top goes to earth ground. Let's go ahead and turn these lights off, and let's go ahead and tune this sucker, and we'll fire it up and see what we're dealing with, okay? So now over here, we're gonna turn up the variac, and we're gonna get it, I don't know, deal with about 20 volts, 20.6, okay? Let's go ahead and, you can just probably, nothing, right? Let's go ahead and grab this. I'll grab me a nice long one. I'll bring that over here, and basically I'm going to have to tune the primary. And I think I just seen a spark in that one too. Let me bring over one of these little light bulbs, because they will at least help me tune. There you go, so it just lit up. So we got that tuned, okay? And we'll get that away. Big light bulb. Well, my volts seem to either went down or something, but let's see if this is still on. Still on. Let's come over here to my receiver coil, and what we need to do is, there we go, just fired up now. So what I wanted, why I made this video is to show you guys I'm working on, I believe it's the capacitance that you're matching up on your transmitter and your pickup. So right here you can see the light bulb's lit up. You can see I got a good distance away from my transmitter, and I'm picking up just that tied to ground and capacitance. Now I'm thinking that, okay, we got this lit up here. I'm thinking probably I could, let me see if I put that right there. Let's change, here we go. We're gonna come all the way out with that and see what we do now. That's really not enough. Anything going on here? No. So you can see I'm out too far. I got no top load on here. There you go. I just using my body as a tuner to tune that light bulb. And over here, I'm going to go ahead and tune this guy closer. There we go. Go about where you stick that primary. Now let's go ahead, we're going to disconnect this 5-gallon bucket from ground. Let's see, let's get this light bulb on. So you can see it's on. And we're going to disconnect the ground from the light bulb. And you can see me touching it makes a damn difference there. And the minute we disconnect the ground, the light went off and doesn't go back on. Over here, let me see, we'll turn up the volume a little bit. Let's readjust. I think that's probably a shitty light bulb. Let me swap light bulbs with it. Yeah, there we go. There's a better bulb. So, and you can see I got a nice blue stream coming out of the top. Nice blue stream coming out of the top, and that's by using the 5-gallon bucket of capacitors. Now, without the capacitance, this system does not work. Not at all. Go figure, right, you guys? I want to give a shout out to my followers out there and some of my friends. Terry Woodruff, I gotta say, I kind of crowned him as the godfather of Tesla. Because if you go back and look at all his videos, you can see how brilliant the guy is. And it's great to see people out there just inspiring other people. And yeah, so now let's go ahead and I guess I can put some light on because it is dark, right? And let's go ahead and hook up this thing back to ground. Let me see, I'll stick another light bulb on it. Okay, so you can see I got 2 light bulbs here. Let's stick this one in the hole. And let's go ahead and hook ground back up to it. And there's the ground wire. And let's go ahead and touch this. It should tune it right back. So there you go, guys. Food for thought. Thanks, Terry, for your experiments. You encouraged me a lot. Really did. Look at this. Is this brilliant or what, guys? 5-gallon bucket of capacitance coming off. Can't call it a Slayer because this ain't no damn Slayer, but I'm using a transistor. And whew, interesting. And then over here you got this lit up. It's crazy. Well, thank you guys. Leave some comments, man. Hopefully you learned something. If you want, I'll put up schematics of this if you guys couldn't follow through. Thank you.